This is the Africa area of Disney's Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. This area is original to the 1998 park and is set in an East African port village, and there's some very detailed replica buildings, and this one has a hidden Mickey on it. They do have a live Lion King show, unfortunately didn't have time to see that. There's a really neat replica village of Harambe. The main attraction here is the Kilimanjaro Safaris in the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Of course named in memory of Harambe, the meme lord and friendly gorilla who was murdered in 2016 at the Cincinnati Zoo. This is a simulated safari through the savannah of East Africa, and it is big at 110 acres. The Magic Kingdom could fit inside of this one attraction.
My name is Garland. I'm going to be your safari guide today. Now take a look above you. That's our animal spotting guide. Those are all of the animals that we have here on the reserve. Give or take a few. Now we won't be able to see all of them. Make very many stops out on the reserve today. We are here in the Little Aturi Forest, home to many shy and reclusive forest-dwelling animals. On the left-hand side, we're going to spot some bongos. Now, the bongos, also known as the ghost of the forest, because of how rarely they are seen. They feature white vertical stripes on their bodies. They can reach a weight of anywhere from 500 to nearly 900 pounds. An okapi. Now, the okapi is most famous for their over there by the watering hole. It is actually believed that they mate for life, which is really quite adorable. Now, clear across the watering hole on the left, there is a black rhino hanging up in the hills. Now, all of our friends here in the forest do require trees and bushes for survival, but deforestation for paper products is going to take a devastating toll on these animals. But just by recycling paper and making sure that we are buying products made with 100% recycled paper, we can help stop deforestation in its tracks, saving these animals and habitats and so many others around the world. Now, it looks like we are coming up out of the forest and we're entering into a border territory known as the Safi River. Now, the Safi River is going to be home to some pretty big and powerful animals.
There's two, or is that two?
Oh, I want to make sure they're... Oh, nope, okay. All right, well, you're nice and far enough now. Now, pinkback pelican.
Some more. Oh, yeah.
Now, it looks like there's some Nile crocodile on the left. Now, the Nile crocodiles can average about 16 feet, 500 pounds. Their jaws are strong enough to crush bone. Now, while they do mostly eat fish, they have been known to attack anything from a porcupine to a zebra. Oceans and rivers around the world hurting and killing these animals, but just by recycling plastic and making sure that we are keeping single-use plastic far away from our daily lives, we can help stop that vicious cycle. Now, a really good example would be instead of using single-use plastic straws, we can use straws made of silicone, metal, bamboo, even heavier plastic. We can wash it in the house time tends to fight each other. Now, African painted dogs live in a near perfect societal structure. In the litter of pups, by about week 8, they are already choosing the alpha male for hunting, which actually makes them one of the most successful hunters in the entire world. Now, we do have some Angoli cattle there on the left with the extra large horns. Angoli cattle are also known as the Watusi cattle, after the people who first domesticated these very cute little tiny animals on the right and left are called springbok. They get their name from their ability to spring 6 feet up in the air when excited or frightened. They do also make the top 10 fastest land animals as tallest animal in the world. They can reach a height of about 18 to 20 feet. They do spend the majority of their day eating, and they only require around 30 minutes of sleep per day, and they most likely do that in 2 to 3 minute power naps. And now up in the hills on the right, where you are going to find some wildebeest. Now, continent of Africa. It does also help that we are in Africa. Now, since that they don't get the normal diet of vegetation, I can really start to see the tusk marks where the elephants have been digging out the clay. There's also a couple footprints. I wonder if we're not going to spot some more elephants. Very, very sensitive skin, super prone to sunburn, but they use their trunks to throw dirt and mud onto themselves to provide a very nice natural sunscreen. Now, notice how that elephant is flapping its ears back and forth and super prone to sunburn, but they throw dirt and mud onto their backs. I'm excited about that. Now, they flap their ears back and forth to regulate their... On the left, we are going to find my favorite bird in the world, the greater flamingo, the largest and lightest and pink of all flamingo species. When they're born, though, they're not actually pink. They are gray little fuzzballs. They get their pink color from the krill shrimp of the crustaceans they eat that are high in beta-carotene. Nearly twice the size of their black rhino cousins. They're also much more social and friendly. They enjoy hanging out in groups, as opposed to black rhinos, which remain almost completely alone throughout their entire adult lives. Out into the savannah provides a great outlook for predatory cats like lions. You can tell the difference between the two. The male lion has the wiry coppery mane that surrounds his face. The lionesses very clearly do not. Now, lions live in a patriarchal society, which means the male lion is the one to lead. However, the lionesses do the majority of the hunting. The male lion just sort of stays behind to guard the pride and becomes basically he'll act as an oversized and, quite frankly, very lazy babysitter.
Here.
Lions are also nocturnal animals as well. They sleep about 18 to 20 hours of their day for several miles in every direction, which does allow them to assert dominance, and their eyesight at night is where they have the true advantage. They are nighttime dwellers, after all. Now, their eyesight at night is about 6 times better than that of a human's during the day, and that's only if you have lost the right sunlight. At one point in time, there were only around 17 of them left in the entire world. Though they are still in need of our efforts, even still, I do think it's very, very cool that we were able to save an entire species from extinction.
They also have the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, which is like a normal walk-through zoo. There are a bunch of animals and some plant species that you can find in all areas of the diverse landscapes of Africa. So that was Africa. Please check out my other Animal Kingdom and Walt Disney World videos, and thanks for watching.